Good morning. We're continuing our series of devotions looking through Mark chapter 1, and this morning we're looking at Mark chapter 1, verses 21 to 27. So hear the word of the Lord this morning. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went into the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. And just then a man in their synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." "Be quiet," said Jesus sternly. "Come out of him." And the impure spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. And the people were all so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this? A new teaching? And with authority, he even gives orders to impure spirits, and they obey him." News about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. This is a fascinating little passage, and I find it so intriguing that the first place in the story of Jesus in the book of Mark that we encounter demons and demonic warfare is in the synagogue, in a house of worship. It seems like the most unexpected of places, and yet it's in the house of worship that the demons show up on the scene and the story begins to really get interesting. What stands out to me is that you can go to church and still have demons. You can sing in the choir and still have demons. You can go to Sunday school and still have demons. You can look fine on the outside and still be living in fear and bondage on the inside. What we see in the story is that there is always more going on than meets the eye. And Jesus is Lord of both the seen and the unseen. Jesus isn't surprised by the man's demons. He's not scared by them. He doesn't say, "Oh, get away from me. I can't handle this." He doesn't say, "How dare you enter my Father's house in this condition? How dare you come to church with all of your demons and your issues?" No, Jesus responds with authority, and he commands the demons to leave. He sets the man free from his bondage. And this is good news for us because we all have our demons. Now, hopefully you don't have actual demons that are tormenting you, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But we have our demons, our sins, our unhealthy patterns of thinking, anger, self-loathing, hatred, things that we are ashamed and afraid to tell anyone. And yet Jesus is Lord of the seen and the unseen. I encourage you this morning to name those things that plague you and to ask Jesus for healing. Now, our story this morning is short and sweet, right? It's a simple story, a couple of verses, but for most of us, this process of healing is going to take a lot of time and effort and energy and work. It's a journey. For some of us, it's the journey of a lifetime. But with Jesus, there is hope for freedom from those things that keep us in bondage. And Jesus has come to set us free. Amen.